Welcome to B2B R&D Conversations. This is our 6th episode, and we welcome you to converse with us on YouTube, to leave comments below, and to reach out to us via email. I'm Ellen Williams, CEO and co-founder of B2B R&D, and joined here by my co-founder and COO, Craig Yaris. So, hi Craig, how are you today?
Good morning, Ellen. How are things going?
All's well. And today's topic for our conversation is another take on the future of marketing, and it's all about permission-based marketing. And that really does have a huge umbrella. There's a lot of different avenues to do permission-based marketing. So I'm going to throw it to you first and start the ball rolling with some of your ideas.
Well, we all know email, permission-based, text marketing, permission-based. And recently, both Facebook and Google were speaking overseas, I believe in Australia, and they had indicated that mass marketing will be dying out. They didn't get specific as to what that means, but that it's going to be all about specific permission-based marketing. I want to hear from you, you market to me. No more of this Facebook ads that appeal to everybody. I imagine direct mail will be a thing of the past, dare I say. But that's, and I sort of agree with them. I do. I have for a while. It's just a function of we have so much data available about our intended audience that there's no reason we shouldn't talk to them one-on-one.
I agree. I think, though, to your overarching point, permission-based is the way in which you acquire the information so that you have the right people to reach out to. So from a standpoint of direct mail, the mass direct mail may be a strategy of the past. But I think moving forward, you have things like send out cards, which is more permission-based, right? It's usually someone you know that you send that out. So I think direct mail in the traditional definition is probably not going to be nearly as effective, and the ROI of direct mail is low to begin with.
Right.
But I think print materials and direct mail are still going to have a place in the overall marketing strategy. But I think the underlying core of marketing moving forward, as you said, is the people who've given you permission, people who want to hear from you. But that doesn't mean we have to limit the way in which we reach out to them.
I agree in theory, but similar to a direct mail piece, which, like you had mentioned, the ROI is low, I think broad-based digital marketing is the same thing. Banner ads, for instance, that's general, non-permission based. That's, hey, look at me. And I do think that the efficacy and the value is just taking a nosedive. I look at them as one and the same. I'm not a fan of the direct mail piece, both as a consumer and as a marketer. I don't find the value there. So I look at the two things together. The permission-based and the targeted marketing sort of are the same thing in my mind. And I think companies should embrace that idea.
Well, yeah, I totally agree. If you have a group of people saying, I want to hear more from you, you're certainly going to increase your odds of engagement and conversion with people who have already sort of stood up and said, sure, I'm happy to get your materials. But I think the banner ads, part of the issue there is people have sort of already gone blind to them.
Yeah.
Banner ads have been around since basically the beginning of the internet, as people learned how to create websites and everyone was out to monetize their website. And in many ways, banner ads are just sort of the clutter on the side, unfortunately, for those who are in the banner ad space. But I think, all marketing over the last decade, everything is progressing. And, with one thing not working well anymore, there's typically something else that's taken its place. So it's not that if you were doing one thing and it doesn't work anymore, you've got nowhere to turn, or if that is your space, that you're going to go out of business. As long as you're nimble and you can stay up with what's going on in the industry, there are a lot of opportunities for new ways to engage. One thing we recently talked about were mobile apps, and that's certainly a new way to reach an audience. What's your take on how the banner ads and mobile apps and all that online digital stuff is going to be moving forward?
Well, actually, I think you had mentioned nimble, and one of the things companies think about or have to overcome is being able to move quickly. And if a company like the New York Times can do it, they're removing these banner ads and they're going to these new micro moments. Now, they haven't defined specifically what they are, but they'll be ads based upon times of day. What are people interested in certain times of the day? So they are trying to personalize their marketing to their intended audience. They know who their audience is. They know who's visiting their website. So they're able to more micro-focus their ads. And I think if they can do it, anybody can, because the Times is big. They're huge. They're an old-time company trying to make their way in the digital age. So I do think that it's the banner ads, the ads within apps, they're similar to banner ads. They are, and I think we are sort of immune to them now. It's going to be about the direct conversation. Hey, it's 3 o'clock. We know you're tired at 3 o'clock. Here's an ad for a coffee company because you like coffee. They're not banner ads. They're really hitting me because, I'm going to do the plug right now. I've got my coffee sitting here because it's early in the morning. Early for me. So we know when to market to people.
You just hit the nail on the head. Knowing when to market to people. So it's not just the permission to do so. It's utilizing the information we have about that person to market appropriately at the right time. And you mentioned moments. So Google came out with moments, and now it's definitely a theme. And the New York Times is talking about marketing to moments. And interesting that you said something so large like the New York Times. If they can do it, anyone can do it. And I understand your premise there that if a large organization was able to wrap their hands around this and get it through the process to do it sooner than later, certainly a small business would have that availability where you have fewer people or fewer hands in the pot. But the opposite side of that is, something like the New York Times has the resources to be able to launch something brand new where a small business might have some stumbling blocks there. What would you advise a small business to do with these moments and the need for permission?
Even a small business, and maybe a small business more so than a large one, has access to the same data. Look at your Facebook audience. When are they engaging? Who are they? Male, female, location. So that data is there. Twitter, the data is there. Google, every company with a website should be utilizing Google Analytics. The data is there. Dare I say, find somebody to work with that can help you analyze that data. It is a big hurdle, but it's there and it's available to them, and they can be even more nimble because their audience isn't worldwide. The majority of small businesses, the Times is. And yes, their budget, I don't think their budget's as big as we think it is. Subscription rates are down. I don't know the whole pay-to-play digital subscription model. I don't know where that is. It's not research I've done. But I think small businesses have the wherewithal and the tools at their hands to really be that nimble company. And the ones who embrace it, they're the ones who are going to be leaps and bounds ahead.
I like your take on that, the fact that the data is there. If you have the skills and the time to go in and really take a look and analyze it so that you can utilize that moving forward, terrific. If not, you might be able to reach out to someone to do that on your behalf, a consultant. And, funny you said that, because I wrote an article maybe too many years to count ago about accounting software. And, the low-end small business accounting software, and there's a couple popular ones that everyone uses, the QuickBooks and Peachtree, things like that. And I wrote an article about how to data mine your own accounting. It's not even people you don't know. Those are people, talk about permission, right? In your accounting software, you've already done business with them. And the ability to go back and really look at trends and patterns and understand what's going on with your customers. And now you've sort of expanded that to, trends and patterns and demographics to better understand your fans and followers, to move them into the potential of being a customer. And I think that's, although slightly time consuming, valuable. I mean, the fingertips, what's at your fingertips, the tools available really are there for everyone, and it really depends on the amount of time and effort you want to put into acquiring and utilizing it. But it's really what needs to be done moving forward, or I think small businesses are going to start to slip behind.
Not only that, and your point is great, because these are customers with accounting software. Those are their customers that they can market to and get information about. And I saw some quote that your next best customer is coming from your current best customer. So if you can market to the current customers so well, they're going to talk about you. You are top of mind. So really, you don't do it at your detriment, I think, both for the companies utilizing the accounting software and the marketers.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why CRM and the integration of CRM to both an accounting system and a marketing system, or the marketing automation that's inherent within a CRM. These are not brand new tools, but they're certainly getting a resurgence in the marketplace. CRM typically with sales, but now really getting more involved with marketers. And that really is a great place for you to harness that data, analyze the data, and to capture permission. If they're in your system, then there was some sort of connection somewhere along the line, and you can expand on that within these systems to put notes and more information. So it's not just the pieces of information and the analysis you can gain from what's out in public, but it's that interaction with the people who've given you permission to market to, that you can acquire unique and individual information pertinent to your own business, and then capitalize on that in your marketing and your messaging. You're
absolutely right. There is no question that that's what needs to be done.
Yep. It's all about the tools.
And how to use them.
As much as we can plan ahead and strategize, in some ways, as much as the market is changing and new things coming at us all the time, take that step back to the tried and true traditional, know your audience, make sure they want to hear from you, and send them something of value. So marketing, the essence of marketing is the same. I just think the traditional tools are moving to something a little more interesting in the future.
Absolutely.
Cool. So we want to hear from you. What tools are you using? Are you taking the time to look at your own database, whether it's something sitting on your computer or in your cloud in your accounting or your CRM? Or are you really digging into the people who are following and connecting with you on social media? Let us know what you're doing and how it's working. Leave a comment or shoot us an email on ewilliams@b2brnd.com and cyaris@b2brnd.com. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Take care.